Hi, Russell Davis here from MBA Link. As the former Associate Director of Admissions at Duke University's Fuqua School of Business, I have seen thousands of MBA applications. I've seen some great ones, and I've seen some not so great ones. The not so great ones, many times the applicant had a strong profile, they just couldn't make a strong enough case for the admissions committee. In this series of blogs, I will be sharing tips and advice on the MBA application process and giving you insight into what makes a compelling MBA application. Today's topic, we're going to talk about using all of the elements of the application to tell your story. A great application isn't great just because the essays are great or because you've got a big GMAT or you've got fantastic work experience. A great application is great because all of the elements come together to tell a compelling and complete story of who you are, and it really connects with the school. You've got lots of different elements of the application that you'll be using. Of course, you're going to be sharing insight into your work experience, and the admissions committee is going to get insight into your academics, your GPA, your GMAT. But what's going to be telling your story is you'll be using your resume to tell your story. You'll be using your essays to tell your story. Your recommenders are going to be able to help tell your story. And of course, you'll be telling your stories in your resume as well. When you're able to put together an application that takes all of these elements to tell that complete story that really brings out those themes, your uniqueness, the differentiators, that's what makes a really powerful and compelling application. There will be a number of steps that you take as you do your research into the MBA application process. Certainly you'll be asking yourself a lot of questions. Why the MBA? Why now? What are your career goals? What are your aspirations? You'll reflect on your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities for personal growth. You think about the experiences that have shaped you. What are your values? And what are the inspirations? Admissions committees love to understand the inspiration for the choices you've made in your life. So you've already done a lot of work. Now you should be able to make a compelling case for why that school and tell your story in a complete and compelling way. Now that you know what the themes are, you are going to decide what do you want to share with the admissions committee. Let me give you a couple examples about how we do this. Let's say, for example, you have a deep commitment to community service in a particular organization outside of your regular work. And this is something that's going to be a theme in your application. You're going to include it in your additional material on your resume. So under that category, additional information or additional material, you're going to list that involvement. You are going to write about it. It's going to come out in your essays. But you know what? Your recommender is also going to know about it because it's so important to you. And so when you talk to your recommender about those themes, those things that are most important about your profile and your MBA application, your recommender is also going to talk about it. And of course, it's probably going to come out in your interview. This is a perfect example of how one of those themes that is important to who you are as a person and an MBA applicant, that story is going to be told across several elements of your application. Another more professional example. You were involved in a project in Kuwait, for example. And this was a project that was stressful. There was a lot of uncertainty around it, but you still found a way to overcome and you led the project to success. Clearly, this project is going to be on your resume as one of those impact bullet points on your resume. You're going to talk about it and how you dealt with adversity and how you managed in a difficult situation. It's probably going to be a story in your essays. And you are going to talk to your recommender who oversaw you or was involved with you when you were working on that project. And they're going to talk about how you were able to overcome in adverse conditions and be successful. And again, it may even come out in your interview. So here is another example of how one of those stories that you feel like is a really important story for the admissions committee to know, it's going to come out in several areas of your application. So a great application, it's not just because of one or two data points, but a great application, it takes those themes that are most important to who you are, those differentiators, those unique pieces of who you are, and it makes sure that those come out throughout the MBA application. That's what gets the admissions committee excited. And when those themes come through in your MBA application, the admissions committee is going to say, wow, I really feel like I got to know this applicant. I really know what's important to them. This is how you take the different elements of the MBA application to tell your story and those things that are most important to who you are. The MBA application is an exercise in self-reflection and discovery. Let MBA Link tell you why you deserve a top MBA program. And let MBA Link show you how to put together a strong and compelling MBA application. If you're interested in hearing more of my tips or connecting with me, visit us at mymbalink.com. And best of luck as you continue to pursue your MBA dreams.